I'm here at the National Marine Sanctuary with Wayne. Good morning.
Good morning.
So what is Michigan Archaeology Day?
Michigan Archaeology Day is a statewide event where particular archaeological projects that are around Michigan are highlighted. And the big focus is in Lansing, usually at the Michigan Historical Center, where many vendors and academic personnel and people that are involved in archaeology in one capacity or another come together and they kind of share their findings and their artifacts and other things. And outside of Lansing, there are individual museums and maritime heritage centers and lighthouses and that sort of thing that really focus or highlight their archaeological remains in that area.
Is there a specific focus this year, or is it kind of the same every year with what you just said?
Every year it changes a little bit. Everybody sort of highlights their own particular thing, but this year we're going to be talking about the industrial sort of revolution in Michigan and the copper and the iron ore industries and how they kind of affected the rest of the state and the Great Lakes.
Awesome. So what are these items right here that we're looking at?
These objects are some of the materials that I'm going to be bringing down to Lansing to put up an exhibit there. It's on October 18th all day long. And this is a model of the Pelagic. The Pelagic was lost here in 1865 with large loss of life, and when it sank in Thunder Bay, it went down with a lot of copper on board, and it was very, very valuable copper. And this is one of the copper ingots that came off Pelagic. And you can see this is stamped PWMC, which stands for Pelagic Mining Company, and then the Lake Superior line, which were the operators of the vessel. And there were literally thousands and thousands of these on the shipwreck. And so it being a very valuable cargo, it was heavily salvaged in the 1890s and again during World War I. And this is one of the types of salvage diver helmets that was used in the early part of the 20th century to work on the Pelagic.
And so did they go down and dive with these?
They did, and even though it's in about 165 feet of water, these guys were sort of dressed up almost like astronauts look like in these big heavy suits and the very heavy brass dive helmets. And they were pretty effective. It was, over 100 years ago, yet they still were able to recover tons and tons of copper and iron ore that were both on the Pelagic.
And are you guys here at NOAA in Alpena still frequently diving this shipwreck?
Yeah, we were just on the Pelagic just a few months ago. In July, we sent a research expedition out there to photograph it and to kind of redo the photomosaic on the Pelagic. We had a graduate student that worked with us here for a while that focused his thesis topic on the Pelagic. And so it's a very important shipwreck, and it's also going through a National Register nomination as we speak.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So is there still many of these down there, or have they?
There are a few down there. Every now and again, divers will find them, and sometimes out in the debris field, you might find one or two. And you got to remember that they belong to all of us. They're part of protected in the Marine Sanctuary, and they're on state bottomlands. And so we ask that if you do find them, just kind of leave them in place. You can notify us, take pictures all you want, but just leave everything in place on the bottom.
And so where can people go to find out more information about this special day?
You can go to the Michigan Archaeological Society website, you can go to Michigan Historical Center website, or you can go to various websites that for individual sponsors, like the 40 Mile Point Lighthouse Museum, for example, is doing an archaeological dig the weekend before, and they'll highlight some of those artifacts during Archaeology Day. And of course, right here at the Maritime Heritage Center, we're always doing something archaeological.
Well, thank you, Wayne, for telling us about the Michigan Archaeology Day. I'm sure everybody's excited to see this. And can anyone come to this event?
Anyone can come, and it's free to the public.
Perfect. Well, hopefully a lot of people show up for this.
All right. Thank you very much.